Caitlin Clark vs Angel Reese never disappoints, but round 3 in the WNBA was the best game yet. Both rookies had historic performances and the game went down to the last second. Tickets to this game were the most expensive in WNBA history for a reason, and it was worth every penny. First play of the game, Caitlin Clark battling through screens to get open, fakes, stops, steps back, crosses to create separation, and fires from deep.
Taking and hitting!
Her first 3-point attempt is good, and the Fever draw first blood. But Clark's new rival answered right back. Kennedy Carter goes one-on-one with Mitchell, smoothly floats it up and in, and the next play, she sees an opening in Indiana's transition defense, gets to the same spot with a quick cross, and cashes in from 15 feet. That's 2 in a row for Carter. Both guards started off hot, but now it's time for the bigs to go at it too. Nalissa Smith fakes the dribble handoff, turns the corner, gets low post position, spins over the shoulder, and scores her first basket of the game over Angel Reese. But Angel Reese goes right back at her, gets right where she needs to be, receives the entry pass into the post, scores, getting those 2 points right back and starting talking smack. Angel had it out for Nalissa Smith this game. After a broken play at the end of the shot clock, she just bullies her way inside to get a shot off from close range, through contact and finishes. She's 2 for 2 with 4 points to start the game. The Sky switch off defensively, sagging off Clark, giving her too much room from outside to pull, and she punishes them for it. What a start from 22. Angel Reese stays aggressive, gets to the line, splits the free throws going 1 for 2. But despite starting 0 for 3, a standout player in this game was Kelsey Mitchell. She gets her first points of the game with an open jumper from the mid-range. The South Carolina bigs have been quiet so far, so here's Camila Cardoso's height prevailing. She gets the rebound on the missed free and makes a difficult shot from close to the basket. Kennedy Carter making a name for herself in this game for the right reasons. Matched up with Clark in the low post, she gets the ball where she wants it, jabs into a mid-range, hits, proving that she's a certified bucket getter. That's 3 for 3 and 6 early points for her. Clark tries to push the pace in transition, drives right to the goal, but LaShields gets a piece of it, blocks the shot and lets her know all about it. She's talking her talk, great defensive play, and she continues to make a pest of herself on the defensive end. DeShields gets in front of Clark, both bodies hit the deck, it's a blocking foul, another game between these two teams, and another hard foul on Caitlin Clark. DeShields is really embracing this assignment and getting physical with Caitlin, and after Clark went to the line and split the free throws, DeShields' moment continued, and she hit a rare free ball. Clark, top of the key, misses the free, but Boston gets the rebound, hands off to Mitchell in the corner, and it's her turn to knock down her first free ball of the game. And then again, watch her movement on this play off the ball. Clark and Alyssa set the down screen, Mitchell curls round to the top of the key and fires, hitting again from deep. 10 points for Kelsey Mitchell. She's going back and forth with Kennedy Carter, who answers back with a free from the left wing. Check out this sequence to end the first. Evans with the steal goes the length of the floor and finishes, but Clark from the inbound quickly pushes the pace, finds Smith in transition, and she redeems herself, getting those points right back. A ticky-tacky foul sent Reese to the line to split the free throws, and the quarter ends 28-26 the Sky. Reese has 6 points, Clark has 8, while Carter and Mitchell leading both teams in scoring with 11 and 10 points. Katie LaSamuelson pick and pop with Wheelers, providing spacing at the 4 and nailing a 3. She's a real specialist in her role. Watch Clark fighting off the ball to get open. She has enough room to pull the trigger, hesitates for a split second, drives into traffic and finds Smith, who fortunately ends up with a free path to the hoop to score an easy 2. Mayberry might have had a poor game for her standards, but she did hit this contested free from the corner to tie it up. And after a scoreless first quarter, Aaliyah Boston finally got in on the action. High layup off the glass, gets the friendly rolling in, and then Clark, the floor general, feeds her with a bounce pass down low, and Boston makes it 4 quick points. She's looking more and more like the Rookie of the Year from last season, and she makes it 3 buckets in a row, 13-3 Indiana run. Chicago need a bucket, a cutting Kennedy Carter is found by Cardoso in the post, and she scores again. Same play again from the Sky. Cardoso drawing attention down low. She passes out of the post to a cutting Carter for an easy 2 inside. She's 6 for 6 from the field. Kennedy Carter carrying the scoring load for the Sky in the first half. Mayberry, despite not scoring, finding a way to be impactful. Look at the bounce pass and transition to Evans, turning defense into offense and tying the score at 39 each. The Sky are doing a lot of good work in the post. This time Reese, showing her post playmaking, gets down low and dishes baseline to Cardoso. That's too easy for the Brazilian. Indiana have gone cold now. 8 missed field goals in a row. Patiently move the ball around the perimeter and Wallace hits to put the Fever back up 1. Clark in transition, instead of jacking up a free, is patient and waits for a trailing Boston, finds her gunning down the middle. Cardoso is late to help from the weak side and Boston scores. Clark's playmaking masterclass continues. She's well defended by Evans and with her back to the basket spins, identifies Wallace, finds her with a high arcing pass over the defense. Wallace intelligently lets Cardoso fly by with the block attempt and lays it in. Make that 7 assists for Caitlin Clark. The final play of the half. Indiana up 3, Mayberry into Cardoso, she's too big, too strong, and that's 2 points. End of quarter, Indiana go into the half leading 46-45, up 1. Carter leads all scorers with 15 points. Reese trending towards her 8th consecutive double-double with 8 and 8, while Caitlin Clark is chasing a double-double herself, 8 points and 7 assists. Great start for both the rookies. Kelsey Mitchell having a good game too, leading the Fever at halftime with 10 points. In the first half, Chicago were very aggressive. 22 points in the paint, rebounding well as always, limiting the Fever to just 1 offensive rebound. The Fever were playing unselfishly, getting a lot of assisted baskets, and Clark did really well to get Aaliyah Boston involved after a slow start. She scored all 8 of her points in the second quarter. Chicago were probably the better team, but Indiana's guards particularly were hot from the perimeter, and that was enough to give them a slight edge at halftime. Clark, although on pace to break the turnover record, was taking good care of the ball in the first half, and her only turnovers came as a result of Kelsey Mitchell's incapability to catch the ball in transition. Chicago playing to their strengths coming out of halftime. It's simple, get it inside to the bigs for easy points. Watch how Cardoso gets strong side of Boston here. Smith is late to contest, fouls on the play, and one Cardoso, who converts the 3-point play at the line. The Sky continue to establish inside presence early in the third. This time Kennedy Carter bounced past to a cutting Cardoso in the pick and roll, who on the move finishes by the Fever's 2 front court players. And then again, this time is Angel Reese fighting with Nalissa Smith. She spins over her left shoulder and scores. No backboard needed. The Sky playing inside out basketball and are off to a 7-0 start to the third, forcing the Fever into an early timeout. Mitchell finally gets the Fever's first points of the quarter as her free ball from the corner is all net. And then right on cue, Caitlin Clark curling from the right corner, receives the pass going to her favoured left side, fires from deep, and you already know what happens next. These next few plays go to show just how good Caitlin Clark is already. It's not just her scoring. Here in transition, Clark showcases her newfound chemistry with Boston. She knows she's not the quickest and is slow to get up the court. She stalls, and she finds Boston with a late run down the middle to score. Genius basketball IQ from the rookie, getting familiar with her teammates. Another assist for Clark, this time getting Nalissa Smith involved. Clark knows that in order for the Fever to win this game, they need to get easy baskets, and she's making a conscious effort to get everybody involved and not freezing anyone out. Here's another unselfish play from Caitlin Clark. She's wide open from the right wing, well within her right to shoot and capable of making this shot. But she sacrifices a good shot for a great shot, makes the extra pass to the hot hand Kelsey Mitchell for a corner 3. She scores, making it 10 assists for Caitlin, and we're still in the third. We just talked about the 2-man game with Clark and Boston, but what about Carter and Cardoso? Kennedy ISO from the wing feeds the big right where she wants it, and it's the same outcome. It's simple, if you get Cardoso the ball within a few feet of the basket, she will score. And Kennedy Carter did a great job of getting her the ball in her spots this game. Speaking of Clark and Boston, look at them patiently working the offense, just waiting for an opportunity. They get one, and it's Boston rolling to the mid-range. She receives the bounce pass and hits the jumper from the foul line. Surprise, surprise, another Clark assist. And now the Fever are flying, starting to pull away. Clark must have been chasing the WNBA assist record because she's in pass first mode right now. She picks out Aaliyah Boston in the pick and roll, perfect pass for an easy finish. That's 13 assists for Clark, a franchise record, and we're still only in the third. Things are getting out of hand because Kelsey Mitchell from the corner fouled on the shot, makes the shot, converts the 4-point play at the line, and it's a 23-3 run for Indiana, up by 15 points. 25 of their last 27 field goals have been assisted. Unbelievable unselfish play. Chicago needs some momentum to close the quarter, and the rookie steps up to the plate. Mayberry throws it ahead to Angel Reese, furthest player ahead in transition. She catches, scores, is fouled, and one, converts at the line. That was a massive momentum shift in play for the Sky. They needed that to cut the lead to 10 points. And Angel Reese closed the third quarter strong, getting to the line again, making both, cutting Indiana's lead to 8 and spearheading a 7-0 Sky run to end the third. Anyone could win this one. But nobody wants it more than this player right here. Caitlin Clark starts the fourth quarter off with a bang. Deep bomb from 3 off the dribble, puts the Fever back up double digits. What a start. Caitlin Clark is in her bag. Another 3 for CC, that's her 5th of the game. And that one was from way downtown. Huge shot. Chicago playing to their strengths, just forcing it inside on every possession. Nobody picks up a trailing Cardoso in the roll, and she scores. And this is where the back and forth begins. Smith makes a tough shot from the post over Reese and talks her talk, saying she's too little to guard her. That might have been a bad idea, because Reese must have taken that personal, because the very next possession, Reese off the dribble goes right at her and does her one better, scores, through contact, is fouled, and now she's talking too, rightfully so, after converting the and one. This game is getting intense now. Check out this play. Angel Reese in transition gets the ball, gives it up. Kennedy Carter misses from the mid-range, but watch how Erica Wheeler is just holding Angel Reese off the court, not allowing her to play. The refs didn't see it and the foul is uncalled. The Fever are doing everything to stop Reese, who's unstoppable right now. Chicago are heating up. Another and one in the paint, this time from Allen off the glass. That's another 3-point play for the Sky, and the lead is cut to just 6 points with around 6 minutes to go in the fourth. As always between these two teams, the game went down to the very last second. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel. Indiana up 7, Carter pick and roll with Angel Reese. She gets inside and finishes from the right again. It's a 7-0 Chicago run and Angel Reese is up to 20 points now. All of a sudden, the Fever are out of ideas. Everything they did well all game isn't working because the Sky have stepped it up a notch defensively, getting stop after stop and fastly cutting into Indiana's now fragile lead. Clark tries to find Boston in the post, but Cardoso anticipates and deflects the ball, and Kennedy Carter out in transition over 2 defenders in the paint, scores, and it's a 9-0 Chicago run. Crucial timeout here. What happens in these final few minutes will determine the winner of the ball game. Can the Fever get back to playing the way they were, or will the Sky, with all the momentum, steal a comeback win? First play coming out of a timeout is always crucial, and Mitchell blows a layup after being beautifully found by Boston on the backdoor cut. Chicago back on offense. Allen from the mid-range misses, but Angel Reese is on the glass, battling, grabs the rebound, goes up between both the Fever's bigs, scores, and goes to the line for another and one. Angel Reese dominating in the fourth quarter and ties it up at 82 points. The game's getting physical now. Clark knocked off her feet off the ball. No foul is called, but Mitchell brilliantly attacks downhill and scoops it up and in through traffic to put the Fever back up 2. But Kennedy Carter answers right back, getting physical, hops into her shot and scores. 22 points in the ball game for her. Under a minute to go now, 14-2 Sky run. They have all the momentum to win this game. Chicago feeding the hot hand Angel Reese, one-on-one with Smith in the post. This time she goes left with her weaker hand and scores again to give the Sky the lead. 25 points for Angel Reese, her best performance in the WNBA so far. And with that basket, she became the first rookie to record 25 and 15 in a game since Asia Wilson. Elite company for the rookie, but more importantly, she put Chicago up 2, and Chance the Rapper is off his feet. The arena is bouncing. Another Fever player of the timeout where Clark doesn't touch the ball. It ends up being a bad shot from Smith, and a foul from Boston off the ball sends Chicago back to the line. That's not what you want, down 2 with under a minute to go. Cardoso goes 1 of 2 at the line, meaning a Clark free can tie this game. She gives it to Boston, who tries to go to work down low. Great footwork to get a good shot, but she misses. Angel Reese gets the rebound. Carter ends up with the loose ball. She's fouled, and it's starting to slip away for the Fever now. Carter goes to the line, splits the free throws. The Sky lead by 4. Timeout Indiana following an 18-2 Chicago run to end the fourth. Vital possession for Indiana. Clark inbounds, hoping to receive the dribble handoff and get it back. Boston can't get it to her. Clark's nowhere to be seen, out of ideas. Boston jacks up a prayer with a hand on her face from deep, and she sinks a clutch free ball over her former college teammate. What a shot from somebody who isn't known for a free ball, and all of a sudden the Fever are back in it. It's a 1-point game with 20 seconds to go. Indiana quickly foul Mayberry, who's been struggling all night. She's a 78% shooter from the line, but she hasn't made anything all game. The Sky ideally need her to make both, but Mayberry completely chokes and shockingly misses both free throws, giving Indiana a lifeline. Absolute chaos, loose ball. Kennedy looks like she's got it, but Clark steals it from her, pushes the pace in transition. Wallace off balance, right under the hoop, tries to reverse it in to give the Fever the lead. She misses, but the loose ball's out of bounds and it's Fever's ball. 7 seconds remain. Any basket now will win it. Indiana inbound to Clark. DHO with Boston. Clark's open, but Cardoso brilliantly steps in to deny the free ball, covering the space. Clark improvises, splits the blitz with a bounce pass to Aaliyah Boston. From the top of the key, she can win it with a mid-range. It's off the backboard, and it's over. Chicago win. But wait, it's not done yet. Cardoso was fouled with milliseconds left on the clock. The game resumes, the refs put 0.5 seconds back on the clock, and Cardoso will go to the line. She makes 1 of 2 free throws. Indiana get the rebound, the buzzer goes. Is it over? No, it's not. The Fever will have one last chance because they were able to take a timeout with 0.2 seconds to go. They advance the ball up the court. There's no time to get a shot off, it has to be a lob. Clark will inbound. She's got the 6'8 Cardoso standing in front of her, blocking her visibility. Still, Caitlin's able to throw a great pass into the paint, hoping for a miracle. Smith can't get to it, and finally, for the third time, the final buzzer goes and Chicago win it. What a game for the Sky, stealing their first win of the season against the Fever. From down 15, they came back and won, and it's all because of Angel Reese, the best performance of her WNBA career. Caitlin Clark's historic night was ruined. 17 points and a franchise record 13 assists wasn't enough to get the win, but best believe Chicago needed all 25 and 16 from Reese to win this ball game. She had 10 points and 5 rebounds in the fourth quarter. Incredible clutch performance. Kennedy Carter once again outstanding, 23 points for her. Camila Cardoso did her thing too with 16 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for the Sky's rookies. Aaliyah Boston took a while to get going. She had 18, 7 and 6 for the Fever. Kelsey Mitchell led all scorers with 24 points, but it wasn't enough in the end as the Chicago Sky snapped the Fever's 4-game win streak with a massive win. What a game this was, and what an unbelievable performance for both of these rookies particularly. Both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark made history tonight. I don't care what anyone says, this is a rivalry. If you've made it up to this point in the video and enjoyed this one, I'm sure you'll enjoy this video right here on the screen, so click that, watch that. If you enjoy it, subscribe, and on that note, it's DKM signing out until next time, and peace.